we're back. What's up, dude? I feel like every couple of months we show up and we're like, hey, I guess it's time to chat again.
We're so back. Yo, we're so back, guys. We're one episode until another 6 months passes, and then we're so back again.
It's like just your every now and then little check-in moment, right? That's what Irrelevant is now.
Yeah.
I don't think we have the time or energy to do weekly episodes anymore.
It is fulfilled its destiny as being fully irrelevant.
It did it. It really did. Manifested itself.
It really did.
Last time we were talking, that's the joke I was going to make is Twitter was not even called, Twitter was Twitter.
Yeah.
Now it's X.
How long has it been? I don't even know.
Should I check?
3 months? 4 months?
Let's
while he's checking, I do have some news. I got married. Just in case you didn't know that. Just a small life event.
I like how I laugh. I'm not laughing at you getting married. I'm just like laughing that's also happened.
Oh my God, 6 months.
And guess what the episode
Wait, no, go to live. I think it's not 6 months. It's not 6 months.
Okay, no, hold on a second. 6 months ago, the last recorded episode is Matt is crying and you were going through it.
Yeah.
Then the live stream.
I feel like I'm right back in that spot again.
The live stream, one of the live streams is just first ever live pod. It's fine.
Yeah.
You might have been going through it though, because the thumbnail kind of looks like you're going through it.
Yeah.
And then the We Lost Our Identity one, which looks like a meme episode, but I know what you're talking about that time. So
losing your Twitter check mark, yeah?
Yeah. And that was...
Which is now not even a thing.
Now that's not even a thing. Hardly. Now you can hide. Now if you have Twitter Blue or whatever, you can
hide it so no one knows.
You don't have to even show anybody.
I actually just bought Twitter Blue yesterday.
You gave in?
So I guess you could say I gave in.
Why?
See, I don't really see it as giving in. I was like, I don't need it because I'm not using Twitter in any way that's necessary for these features.
Sure.
But now I'm thinking about it a little differently because
now that people are making money with impressions.
I mean that's part of it, but I feel like Elon's really pushing it in a direction to try to become a place for creators that you can actually make money from it, almost like a YouTube or another platform where you could actually make content, post content, and have features that are going to cater to creators.
I've always thought about the fact that it would be great if Twitter X whatever ends up being kind of I don't know if it could ever get built out the same way, but Patreon and stuff. Do you know what I mean? I could imagine if that was all built in a really nice way into Twitter where it's your one-stop shop for that kind of thing, where it's you have a secret video or something that you don't really want to post on your main, but cause I have a Patreon and stuff. Granted, it's kind of on pause right now, but that sort of, that content where you're I don't really know where this can go, but if everybody knew that my Twitter was the place that you could get that bonus content, that'd be really cool. Yeah. I would love if that was the direction that goes. Make it more of a, this is the place to find your creator and find all the branches of what they do and all their bonus contents here and all that kind of stuff. That rather than being Twitter, then I go to Patreon for this, then I go to Twitch to see the stream.
Like a one-stop shop, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to set it up that way. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, but will he do it? I don't know.
We'll see. I mean, I know I'm going to get flack for this, I'm sure, but I have been pro what has happened to Twitter since Elon took over. I think
you always get flack as well.
I mean, I get it. People don't like Elon. It's fine. I'm going to keep backing I haven't been vocal about it too much, but I firmly believe it's going to continue to get better features wise.
Dude, see, that's the thing
for creators.
I think features wise, I think features wise it is for creators. It's slowly doing that for me. But the actual experience of Twitter that's not having to do with features, it's just, this is so funny. We're yo, let's talk about there's so many things we can talk about. We're talking about X right now, but it's features wise, I see there's new things that I like. I like that we can post longer videos. I like that, I hope to God they improve the video quality and stuff like that, because that's one of the big things. They put out a new streaming. Me and Emmy did a live stream
You tried
test.
it?
Yeah, it was super basic, but it worked. It didn't crash or anything.
Yeah.
If they, and that's weird because they used to have Periscope, but they don't do that anymore. But I was gonna say though, I think the thing for me is like the actual user experience though, and like what you see on Twitter just feels like there's something really like negative about it right now. Like the experience of like using Twitter feels like I get thrown in my face, like, and it's probably due to the fact that there's a For You page now and everything, but I feel like I get thrown content that I'm like, wow, this person, the only reason this is in my For You page is because this person had a hot take that was like, that got them impressions to then send it to my feed that's like remotely related, sort of related to gaming or whatever. And I guess Twitter's always been like that, but I feel like it's just like worse than it's ever been lately, where it's like you see like a tweet and like all the replies are just people trying to start something like just so that they get boosted.
Yeah.
And
it's definitely,
I don't know, man. Like it's weird. Like I don't know how to.
I feel like people are definitely farming and gaming the system a little bit right now.
It feels much more like people are farming it than ever before.
I will agree with that. I think, unfortunately, it's like a lot of the times the stuff you stop scrolling and look at is like hot topics, hot takes, negative type stuff. Like, like really excitable type content. Whether it's good or bad, it's usually negative because negative emotions hit people harder. But so I feel like they definitely got to hone it better so that it's not so, I guess, it's skewing to the negative or like just beef types tweets and
do you know what
posts.
I mean? It's like sometimes you see something. It's like I just want to. I like scrolling and seeing happy things.
You can go and
it's really
click
hard
like,
to do that.
I don't like this. Like you can't. It's annoying. You have to. There's a way you can click like the 3 buttons or whatever, and then say hide this or I don't like this or whatever, to hopefully like train your feed, your algorithm to be more of what you want to see. I definitely agree that it needs work.
Well, I think that's that's part of the weirdness though, Matt, is like with YouTube. Here's the thing: the stuff that they're doing is it's not like a magical new system that we've never seen before. It's like what every other social media uses, like. Instagram is like, dude, I hate the Instagram For You page, but I think it may be the worst ever.
It's just
like, I don't use that platform at all. But like, you know, we're used to
exactly what you think it's going to be every time. And it's like, bro, come on.
Yep. And
I don't even use a For You page on Instagram.
No,
I just,
Emmy does. I don't. I can't, but
I hate Instagram, honestly. I've considered deleting it several times now.
Instagram is I randomly come back and want to post, I guess, when there's something very significant happening in life.
Yeah. For me, it's purely like to keep up with what other people are doing. That is all I use Instagram for these days. And it's just so unfulfilling. I feel my time limit on it is now down to 3 minutes a day because I just feel like I don't need any more than that.
Yeah.
I check like 4 or 5 stories of people that I care about that are local to me, that like whatever they're doing. And that's about it.
I just don't use it because it like the algorithm pains me and it feels like it's harder to even check in on people. Like I have to actually go search and find their profile rather than see the people I'm following. And I think that's what I'm feeling with Twitter right now. Not to the same extent, but like, it's like we're used to the whole, like even YouTube. What do people do on YouTube? Well, I'm going to say the most hyperbolic thing in a thumbnail or a title and get your attention. And this, gets put in your algorithm or whatever. It's on your homepage on YouTube and you click on the content, you watch it, right? Like everything works this way. But Twitter was like the one spot where like I just followed the people that I followed and I just saw their little statements every day. That's all I saw, back in the day. Like that was the feeling of like we're all kind of connected. This is the one place where you can see everybody talk a little bit. And it doesn't feel like there's like ads everywhere and all this kind of stuff. I get why it's like, I 100% get, like a company is going to try to figure out, okay, we invested this much money into buying this. Holy crap, we got to make money. So like, I understand having ads and all that kind of thing, but I just, there's something about the vibe now that's like shifting and it feels a little bit like, I don't want to say dystopian. That's a little bit hyperbolic, but it feels just like, yeah, future's here. Everybody just has something to advertise. Everybody has something to say.
You wouldn't have as many ads if you had Twitter Blue.
God dang it, bro.
See, I have to. I mean, listen. No. Do you have YouTube Premium?
I do have YouTube Premium. I do pay Google. What is it? $12 a month. But that being said, it's so, excuse me, it's so worth it.
Fair. I mean, maybe it's not worth it for Twitter. Because we're used to it being like less ads already. So like, why should we have to pay to not see ads kind of thing? Right?
Sure.
Like we're kind of like just, that's how it's always been. Why is it changing?
Also, I like with YouTube Premium, another thing that I use it for that a lot of people don't, and I totally get if someone doesn't use it, like, why would I use it? Background play on your phone is
nice.
huge. I don't know if they changed that, but it's a premium only feature.
There is a way to, I think Emmy showed us how to, like, you can get around it,
really?
Which I never knew. But yeah, I pay for premium solely for that.
Yeah.
Solely for that. It's so worth it.
Because I listen to music on YouTube. I'm a YouTube music listener. I'm not a Spotify guy, actually. It's just weird. I don't open Spotify like ever. I always open YouTube and go to my little playlist that I have saved from like years and years and years of adding. It's like, you know, like the watch later. Yeah. You can like add a video to watch later.
It's just like your playlist for
That's
music.
all my music.
Oh, it's just watch later?
It's like 500 videos.
You can download them too, so you have them like offline too.
Yeah, but like I just like seeing it because it's been like collection of music. And if you scroll on the playlist.
Better hope it don't get deleted.
Dude, imagine.
That would be bad.
That would be really bad. But it's so cool. Like I scroll back and I'm like, oh, here's like that weird dubstep era that I was into. And then like here's where I was like listening to like Halo a bunch. And here's where I was listening to this.
It's worth it. No, I agree. But that's my point was like, that's what Twitter Blue is like. It's part of the features you get with the premium subscription is like no ads. Or I think there are ads, but there's very few ads.
Sure.
I just got it, so I don't really know how it works exactly.
I am not going to shun you for having it. I'm not going to be like all the internet. I think that I've
seen a lot more people with the blue check mark recently.
Oh yeah, now you can hide it, dude. Just hide it.
I'm sure a lot of people will.
We'll all be secretive. No one here tell anybody. Just hide it.
Yeah.
Hide it so you don't get flamed.
Anyway,
you're not gonna hide it.
No, I mean, what's the point? I don't have anything to hide here.
That's so funny that they like had to build a feature.
I mean, it makes sense. People are like, you get hated. Like people get hated on for supporting the new. I don't know. I don't understand it personally. I don't think from day one I really understood the like core arguments, but.
No, I get you. It's it's with everything. People hyper focus on like I don't know. It's the sort of everybody says this is bad, so you have to say it's bad too, kind of thing. Yeah. But like also like on YouTube Premium, no one can see that I have it.
Yeah,
right. It's not like there's a check. There's not like a check mark
in that way
because I have YouTube Premium.
I think people are so. I think the difference is like people were so used to the way Twitter has always been.
Sure.
So now that it's different, it's like paying for verification is like. It's a status symbol. It's always been a status symbol.
Right.
So now that it's like, no, you're paying for premium features and you just so happen to get this blue check mark with it, which everyone thinks is a status symbol, is like messing people up. It's like, why the hell would you pay $8 for, to have a blue check mark? It'd be cool. So I get that, but the times are changing, bro. Like it's like you pay for premium on all these other services that are the same thing. It's like no ads or more features or whatever it is.
For what it's worth, I don't think it's like, it's not that much money. So like, it's not that like, I know it is for some people, but like,
yeah. I mean, it's on
like
par with other premium services.
But it's like, yeah, it's about the same price as most other things.
It's, it's just a matter of whether or not it's worth it to you, which is it's not for some people, until yesterday, I was like, I have no reason to do it.
Sure.
Full circle back to why I did it in the first place. I think there's potential for it to be a platform, to create on. And I've considered just like posting videos that I post on YouTube just to Twitter as well and seeing
that would be cool.
What happens?
I think it'd be cool to see. I think they need to get their. I was looking at all like the stats of like how much it's where they're doing it by impressions as well.
You need 5 million, I think.
Yeah, but it's like it's a lot. Like you need a lot of people seeing your stuff. I also haven't
figured out how to see how many impressions I actually have gotten.
No, that's pretty simple. I'm pretty sure you can look at like any tweet and do that.
I thought, but on the phone I couldn't get it to show.
Oh, really? They changed it?
Maybe
they did.
I couldn't find it.
See, this shows you how much we don't look at Twitter analytics really anymore.
Not until recently.
Oh.
And now I'm gonna have to.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, all right. Let's move on from Twitter. God dang it. I know I like the Twitter convos with you because I'm like I know you have a very different perspective on it than a lot of people. And I'm not all the way where you're at.
I know.
I think
appreciate
that Twitter
that
has done a lot.
you can like have a conversation about it.
Yeah. Dude, like the rate limit thing. Come on. That was terrible.
That was crazy.
That was,
what even happened with that? Did they remove it or is it still a thing? I think they just removed
it. But like that day, do you remember that day when like you couldn't tweet or like,
see, I didn't hit the rate limit, but
I was on Twitter for 10 minutes.
Oh, is that quick?
Oh yeah. 10 minutes. And because I wasn't verified. It wasn't like unlocked to see more.
How many was it? It was 1,000 I think 10,000.
I think it was like
I remember reading it and being like, that's an absurd amount to like hit and in a day. What I thought it was like,
no, but it counts everything. And then when you know, like how the For You page sometimes refreshes accidentally and stuff like that. It
counted
boom,
those.
Boom. There's like 50 or 100 that get refreshed right then and there.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
So I would like scroll a bit. I'd be like, hey, can anybody see this? And I'd look at my reply section and it said, sorry, can't load this or something. I'm like, what is happening? Granted, it was only for like a day or so.
Yeah.
But that was one of those moments where I'm like, what are they doing?
No, dude, there's definitely growing pains. I will be the first to admit, like, but they're changing all kinds of stuff. Like there's some stuff's not going to work, you know, like sometimes there's going to be a bad idea.
I think also I'm excited to see what they do creator wise as well. Whether I like Elon or not, I'm excited to see like how they can make that. How can you make this better than Instagram and better than like, I don't know, like, let's not even get into the Threads. Threads launched between our last podcast
and no one's talked about it since.
No one's talked about it since. But yeah, I don't know. Moving on from Twitter. It's fun to talk about though. Check back next time when we do another podcast episode and Twitter's called something else again.
Well, I mean, it's already, it really is moving to X very quicker than I thought it would. They're changing everything. Like there's some settings where it's still like, it says Twitter everywhere and the other ones are like, it's just all X. Like they changed, there's no longer tweets, it's posts.
Yeah, it's reposts.
It's reposts. Like they've changed a lot, but there's still a lot that they haven't gotten yet. And it's kind of funny.
It is funny.
It's like,
it is very entertaining, but I will say, I do think it's so crazy that you're willing to change a thing. Like someone made a tweet about this and literally
it's a post actually.
Exactly. Literally, like ironically enough, the tweet or post was them going, isn't it crazy that like, this is the one site that like convinced us all to use like funny words, like tweet and retweet. Like it's the only one. Like all the other sites never managed to get like maybe Vine. Like this is a Vine, maybe, but like other than that, it's like YouTube. This is a video. Like Instagram. This is a post. Facebook. This is a post. And now the one that made it through with its branding to get like its branding is in our head as like a staple of like social media. They removed it. And I'm like, that's kind of crazy. Like how, I'm curious how long it will take people to not say, like, will I just say tweet forever?
It is weird. It's like, do I start calling it X now or do you still call it Twitter?
Like, when does that change? When does it change subconsciously for us?
At some point it will. We can document
Why does any of this matter?
Find out.
Why does any of this matter?
Yeah.
All right. So you had, okay. So maybe, I don't know what we can jump into. Like wedding happened, which I think is a good thing that we can jump into at some point.
Should talk about that a little bit.
Do you want to talk about that first? Or you want to save it for the end? As like a happy moment.
He's already preparing for doom and gloom.
Oh yeah, I am.
He's already like, you know what? We got to save it a happy ending note here because I just already know this is going to go to a bad place.
What do you want to talk about first?
Whatever you want, man.
No, it's whatever you want.
I'm
not obligated to be doing this podcast. I just feel like
now that I'm looking at the last like 3 ones that we've done in the last 6 months.
Yeah. Let me move over. I'm still like
every single one. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Career wise anyway.
Yeah. Well, I think it's.
We just went through and looked at all of my old videos, like just scrolled down like thumbnail by thumbnail. And the first thing I thought when we looked through it was like, I have always been inconsistent. I have always been all over the place.
Yeah.
I thought it was more like a recent thing where I just like can't decide what I want to do or what I want to focus on. I can't find my North Star, as you said.
Yeah.
Which is a good way to put it. But it seems like that's always been the case. And now that looking back on it, I realized that like I was posting zombies for a long time, but throughout I was always posting like a vlog or like a montage or something that was not zombies related. I always feel like I've been trying to break out of like this gaming area that I've been in, and I've never done it successfully, I guess, really, outside of maybe like one of the Z houses with the vlogs. That was consistent for about a summer. But after that, I remember being like, I don't know how I'm going to continue vlogging because all of the content revolves around like having these other personalities involved and like playing off of that. So now I'm in a spot where I just really, there's like almost nothing that I've stayed consistent with enough where there's been any kind of success, like in the last year at least. So I'm just super lost. And then on the way, I was driving over here and I was thinking, you know what? I live in LA. JC lives in LA. Noah lives in LA. Jack lives in LA. Why don't we like just film one video? All four of us just like doing something together. I don't know what that is exactly yet. Maybe you guys have some ideas in the comments. Try to make it IRL related because I would prefer not to dive into gaming side of things. I know it's tough. I like the truth is I've always been much more interested in IRL content that can have like themes, like gaming themes or like sports themes or pop culture themes, but like the vlogs really showed me like that I much care about the characters and personalities than than the video game kind of thing. Yeah. So I feel like we should film one thing.
And just see, like,
I should come up with at least one idea
and just see that gets your like mojo back.
Yeah. Well, not even that. Just see how it goes. Like, we filmed videos with that group in LA before, but I've never done one for myself, like for my channel.
Yeah. It's always like being a part of it.
Yeah.
Someone else's.
Which I'm always down for.
Me too.
And I feel like maybe if I start being like, hey, like, let's do this thing, then maybe other people will be like, oh, can I do a video too? And then everyone gets something out of it.
Yeah. It's so with all this stuff, to put it blunt to you guys, every time I see this conversation happen.
Oh God, he pulled up my tweets.
I have
my
Matt's
posts.
I have Matt's posts on x.com. And I always just worry
Twitter.
Because.
Do you type in Twitter or X?
Oh, I definitely still type Twitter.
Dude, I started typing in X. Sorry to go back to that.
Hey, it's faster.
It's way faster.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of sick.
I put X and it comes up. It's like, it's kind of easy. Nothing else starts with an X. Right? No other site you've ever got. I mean, there are some, but
that's what I was like. You're like, no other site starts with X. I'm like,
I guess there is, but I've never typed in anything other X.
Good. That's good. That's good. Jess will be very happy. That's good, man. That's so funny.
So, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, keep going. Yes. My tweets, my posts.
Oh my God.
My subreddits.
Yeah. So I always get nervous in this conversation because I feel like, and I think you guys as well. I mean, and Katie are definitely back. So if you hear random mumbling, don't worry about it. I think that there's definitely like, I don't want to see you or me or anyone I know really just like fall into the trap of like, oh, you're almost doing that thing where you're almost going like, man, the good times were so good. What if I could just recreate the good times? And we've been here so many times. There've been so many podcasts of all this sort of thing. And I feel like even like the viewers are probably like, bruh, how many times these guys are going to sit into a freaking room
just stop
and say like how they want to make, like, it's almost like a meme now to me of like hearing the words group content. I'm like, yo, that's cool and all, but like come back to me when you have another thought of
what
the
a concept.
Group content.
Group content.
But basically, so when I saw these tweets, I was like, oh no, I need to talk to Matt, because also these tweets were like at midnight or something. I was like, what is going on? Here's okay, let's just all these tweets in a row. Some are on different days, but it's okay. Here we go. It amazes me how much YouTube subscribers get siloed into very specific niches. Seems like I need a separate channel for every slightly different video format. Sad face, right? And then what if being a smart, here's another one. What if being a smart worker is better than a hard worker? Honestly though, that one's like a banger. I saw that one. I was like, yo, holy. I want to know what you were thinking when like, what's going on? I'm also not trying to make fun of you.
No, you're good. It's funny to have him read back to me.
Because I'm just like, what were you like thinking about when you wrote these? And then here's the one where this is the one where I was like, I like felt bad. I was like, are you okay? Like, I really want to make sure you're good.
Every time I tweet one of these, like a deep thought, I always get a text or a call from someone like, are you okay?
Dude, literally.
Do you need me? And I'm like, bro, thank you. I'm at the gym. I'm fine. But I appreciate you checking in. Like, this has happened several times over the last couple months.
Yeah, but he was still trying to figure out who the F I am. And then I started a new channel. Someone please stop me. And then I think I replied because I was like, did I reply to this one? I don't know what I think Pat replied. I replied.
Go to Pat's reply. I didn't see his.
Pat said, name a more iconic duo than me and you starting new channels. That's what Pat said.
Pat, I love you. And I couldn't agree more. We have channel diarrhea.
Dude, that's so funny. And then you said, "Hey Z House, I miss you." And then I was like, "Nah, we gotta film a podcast. What's going on right now?"
I clicked on Z House YT, the Twitter.
Yeah.
And I looked through every single tweet we've ever posted.
When?
Every single one on Twitter, like the other night before I tweeted that.
Oh.
Yeah, Jess was asleep. I was downstairs. I was like, just screwing around on Twitter. I looked through every single one, and then I tweeted that, and I was like, it's in retrospect, it's so weird to look back on because the way that time works, it feels so different in those moments than it does now.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah. Like, well, you just don't know. Like, you just don't know what the hell's going on until the moment is in the past, right?
Yeah. You don't process stuff very fully until you're all the way out of it and looked back on it.
Well, like,
I don't want to create a whole thing out of this. This is like becoming a thing now. I tweeted this. You bring it up we're out hanging out with friends last night. He brings it up, and then Jess starts like giving me shit about it, and then Noah. Like, it was just like, this is not supposed to be like this big thing that I'm trying to conjure up again. Like,
we're recording. Do you have thoughts?
Like, you can say you miss your dog, or you miss your family, or you miss playing Pokemon as a child, or you miss, I don't know, watching football games with your dad and brother. Like, you can say that without having to have like a full-blown dilemma on it, you know?
I agree. Yes.
Do you want pasta or do you want to save it?
Why?
That's all I have to say.
Why can't
pasta?
Can you just
I'll
eat it after we're done.
Okay.
You're really
that's
cute.
all.
Thank you.
Bye.
You're very nice. Thank you.
You are very nice.
That was just really sweet. No, I agree. I think the thing is like, I just don't. I have this like secondhand like worry about people's mental health, and so like it gets me like when I see people like missing the old days, that's fine, but I just don't. It's the other tweets around it, Matt.
Yeah,
if you tweet
in
it
context, fair enough.
If you tweet it by itself, I'd be like, okay, like, yo, like same, right? Like I miss like the Boogie Boys era and all that kind of stuff. But it was the like still trying to figure out who the F I am. It was that one in combination.
Yeah, no.
Got me worried.
Back to back.
Even Emmy, like Emmy was like, I think she saw it first. She was like, did you see what Matt tweeted? I was like, no. And he's like, and she was like, yeah, you should like check on him.
Oh man.
Like everybody just wants to make sure you're okay.
Oh no, I gotta stop causing people to think I'm in a like. I mean, I'm fine. But
are you?
Yeah, I mean, historically, this is like the weirdest mental spot I think I've ever been in. But I'm definitely okay.
Yeah, it's just more like I think kind of like
Dude, lay into it.
Can I like throw out things?
Bro, let it rip.
Are you sure? Like, cause I'm being so blunt and like I might be being too like silly right now. I do want to like take this seriously and stuff.
Do it.
I just, so you have wedding, right? Mm-hmm. I've always been this way, and I imagine you're probably this way. It's similarly is like, I'm like really, 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 really happy when my relationship is going amazing and then my career is going amazing.
Yeah.
And it's like, those are like the two, I've always like said this. I'm like, it's very simple. Like everybody's probably like this. Like you have like these two pillars in your life and
3: health, social, career.
Sure.
But yeah, yes.
You're going like, yeah, I guess, yeah, for me, it was always, I want to have a really, really good relationship and like be building something there. Mm-hmm. And I want to like be happy with what I'm doing career wise. Now I do realize that a lot of people in this world do not have jobs that they necessarily love.
Right.
So I realize that that's a very like, you know, I'm very grateful that the past couple of years, I've been like really, really happy with what I'm doing for the most part. You know, with all the YouTube stuff and everything that happened, like I'm just always been very, very grateful for that. But when there's like a ratio or something, and then when one is like really, really amazing, you're like, what the hell are you doing, other one? Like, why aren't you like fulfilling me in the same way?
Yeah.
Like you just had like, you know, and I'm sure we'll talk about this pod, but like the wedding was such a vibe. Like literally, like I can't even imagine how happy that moment is for you, where like you have this, like all these people in New Jersey and it's people from, you know, YouTube side of things and people from like,
hometown.
Yeah.
Growing
like
up.
just everybody like that loves you guys so much. And it's probably like the best feeling ever. And so what basically, this is my theory. My theory is now that you come back, it's almost like not back to reality. That's the wrong thing, but it's like now you get back and it's like, all right, well, what am I up to now this week with, you know, YouTube or, you know, team playback and all this kind of stuff. Like what am I up to? And then if you're like, oh God, I don't know right now what I want to make on YouTube or something like that, then I imagine you're probably, I imagine your mental is probably putting more pressure on it because you just had such a happy thing happen to you on the other pillar of your life.
True.
And so like, cause I can totally see, and I can also see like I think I totally get why you had this feeling. Granted, I haven't been married before, so I have no idea how happy that moment is, 100%. But like, I can imagine you're like on a high basically,
and
then
it's crazy.
It's like when we went on the cruise, almost like it was like that.
Yeah,
it's probably that, but exponentially
it's all
even more.
in one day, and it's just like it's literally every single person.
Yes,
that means a lot to both of us.
Sure.
I don't even know how to describe it. Like I feel like I blacked out at some points because it was just so euphoric.
Yeah.
That it's so overwhelming. The only word I can think of is overwhelming in a good way though.
Yeah.
Like it went so, you wake up and I'm like, this is our day. Like this is the day I'm getting married.
This is like that will forever be like you and Jess's day.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that is
and
like
then it just
the day in
goes
history.
so fast. You're trying to talk to everyone. You're trying to like make the most of every moment with people that are there.
Sure.
And it's just like so much information and emotion at once.
Yeah.
And I think like you kind of just like it's so hard to process all that so quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're totally accurate. I think that's such a high that I've never experienced that.
Sure.
How could you?
Yeah.
And then to come back down from that is definitely tough. I know Jess and I both did like 3 or 4 days after the wedding, especially when we got back to LA. It was tough, man. It was just like depression mode.
It's like that moment.
I don't know what word to use. Yeah. It's not really depression, but it's it's like a come down from like an adrenaline rush that's so high. You have no choice but to feel like this is way worse compared to what we were just feeling. Even though it was like a normal week. It's just.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, that's why, and I think that's why I'm
trying to overcompensate for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah.
You're totally right. You are, because leading up to the wedding, things are pretty much the same as they are now.
But it doesn't hit as hard because that moment hadn't happened yet. On the other side, and the ratio of like the things that you need to be happy in your life. And look, I know everybody's gonna be like there's a lot of people like, oh, you should be happy. You just got married, right? But it's like, no, like people.
Oh, I am happy.
No, I know, but
I'm just.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm hungry. I'm hungry without direction. I'm hungry, but I can't find food. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm not saying, I don't know if I'm wording it right. I can just see like some people being like, you just got married. Like, what the heck? Like, why are you feeling like this? And it's like, nah, man, like people have like multiple things that a lot of people have multiple things that they want to like, to feel fulfilled in. And you are such a like creative, like an actual creative.
Yeah. Not
just like, you actually like creating art, weirdly enough, like you, one of the best video editors I know, like you really one of the,
I don't know about that.
No, seriously. Out of all the people I know, let's just put it that way.
Sure.
You have been literally hired by like Milo to edit stuff for him, right?
Yeah, sure.
He's not hiring me to do that.
I won't take it away from you. Maybe of the people maybe.
But I'm just saying you are like a creative type and you feel fulfilled when you create something that like goes out to the world in the right way.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. And when I'm not doing that or like doing it consistently and seeing like a good feedback from it, that definitely gets to you mentally.
It's like imagine like a director if they're just like, yeah, you can't make movies anymore. Be like, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ironically, like since I've gotten back, team playback stuff has picked up a lot.
That's good.
But future looking, it's doing quite well. But for some reason, it's just like it's the North Star thing.
Yeah.
It's like for team playback right now.
What did I say? I want to see if I can find that tweet.
I think it was on Discord.
Oh, it was.
I don't have a clear direction. Like, what is team playback's long-term vision? There is none to me.
Sure.
I'm doing freelance production work, and we're doing some really cool stuff. Like we just shot in downtown LA. There's a big theater. These guys sold it out. It was like 600 people. We shot a live show for like the videos we do, like the Jubilee type videos. We did it live with 500 people in the audience.
That's insane. What?
It was dope. It was 8 cameras. I had 4 people on the crew or 5 people on our crew, and then like 13 people total on the crew.
Yeah.
So it was like a decent sized production, right? And it went super smooth. Like everyone involved crushed it. I'll show you the video when it comes out.
Dude, I want to see it.
So like that kind of stuff's dope, and I would love to do more of it, but it's just so like it's like one off. It's not consistent enough where I feel like we're building towards a greater goal.
Right. It's like mercenary work.
Yeah,
pretty
exactly.
much. Right?
I'm like hired for a war, and then like, but I'm not like we're not like an army. Like there's not like a brotherhood. Like we're not like growing this team type thing anymore. At least at the moment. And there's a bunch of reasons for that. Like Mike moved to Florida, and so that's made it harder. And then COVID really messed things up a bit. But that's my point. Is like that's going well, but it's the YouTube side of things where it's like I drive my own creativity.
Sure.
That I feel just lost in.
And it's like if you could get that right, then you'd feel a lot better.
Bro, I mean, if you could be hitting everything, if you got your health, social, and career, and all things are going well, like that is the pinnacle of just happiness, in my opinion. Like it's really hard not to be happy when those things are going pretty well.
Yeah.
And I'm fortunate to have even one of the 3 things going well. I'd say 2 of them. I think I'm for the most part pretty healthy.
See, that's good. That's what I'm saying. It is really good. That's the bit where someone else could be having thoughts like this, and they start doing that where they don't do that, and they're like, well, everything sucks because one thing is not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I always worry about when I see stuff like this. It's like I've seen too many like just honestly just content creators in general, in our circles, outside of our circles, like all over the place, that have like I genuinely think, I really do think personally, I think there's going to be like a study or something done at some point especially because I feel like we're in an era now that's like everybody knows what a content creator is. Back when we both started, that wasn't a thing.
Right.
And I feel like we're still on the cusp of it where it's like, I'm very interested of like what's going to happen to, how are all these people going to feel 10 years from now when, let's say, they're not posting anything anymore, or they're doing something different, or blah, 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 and people always go back and go, oh yeah, you're the Fortnite guy, right? Or you're the zombies guy, right? And you're like, bro, no. Like, it's been 10 years.
Dude, that feeling is the worst.
Yeah, right? And it's like,
I feel like such a poser. It's like, bro, I'm not that person anymore. Like, it's dope that you see me that way, but I don't feel that way.
Exactly.
And that, it makes it even worse sometimes, because it's like,
yeah,
it's so cool.
Not to be mean anybody says that, by the way.
No,
because it's really cool when
great.
You guys notice us in real life and stuff. That's really sick,
I sometimes inside feel like, bro, like, I wish I was that guy still, but I'm not. Like,
yeah,
you know, like, it's like you're only as good as your last video. That shit stuck with me for forever. It's so true though. That's how, at least mentally, that's I think how many creators, myself included, feel. It's like I'm only as good as my last piece of work.
Yeah,
or I'm only as good as my last couple pieces of work.
But what I'm saying is, like, when you get to that, when that's how you feel about things, 10 years from now, you know, a creator that always operates that way, I'm just like, I'm a worry wart. Okay. I just worry for people's mental health years down the line because essentially a lot of people are getting like celebrity status, but like, and granted, it's probably very similar to being like, oh, you're like a famous actor or actress in a specific show, and then you don't really have like a banger moment after, and people go, oh yeah, you're always going to be Ron in Harry Potter.
Put you on the map, and then you haven't done anything since, you know. So. No, it's so valid.
And it's like, it's probably how they feel too.
And you're so right about the fact that stuff can snowball so easily. Like, it's like, you think there's like one issue, and then there's a couple smaller things that might not be perfect, and you're all of a sudden like, everything's terrible.
Yes. And that's the trap that I don't want you to be in.
I'm very aware of that trap.
Okay, good. Because that's what worries
I've seen far too many friends of mine have that mentality. It sucks because it's like, really, you have one issue, and it's a real issue, right? You have one like problem in your mind, but you're making it to seem like everything's a problem when really you have a lot of good things going for you.
Sure.
And you have to remember those things. And I'm very aware of that.
Yeah, that's good.
And hopefully I won't lose that mentality, because you're so right. Like, my relationship, we just got married, and it's like, great.
Yeah.
At least that's how I feel. I think she would agree. Things are phenomenal. We live together. We have 2 beautiful little cats.
So do we now.
We're married. We're going on a honeymoon. Hopefully, we can talk about that in a second too, man.
Oh, God.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
But it's good. Like, and I don't take that for granted at all. My relationships with other people at the moment, I think, are great.
Yeah.
My health, I think, is great. Like,
dude, you look good.
Thank you, bro.
You look
I've been putting the work in.
Dude, at the wedding as well, Matt kept saying for like months, Matt was like, yo, I want to look good for this wedding.
Dude, I've always said, when the day I get married, I'm going to be the best shape of my life.
Listen, so maybe we should jump into the wedding, because like, we can flip it back again if we want. We'll make it quick swap discussions for the short-term content brain audience that everybody is now. But like, one thing that I love about the wedding, so from my perspective, I was lucky to be one of your groomsmen, which was like an absolute freaking honor. But the reason I want to describe this is because I saw you that morning, because we were like getting ready to do like the photos and everything, like all the groomsmen we were all like getting changed and ready together. It's just very like bro moment for sure that morning. You know, like playing some little games, even with your dad.
Dude,
like,
I don't even know what that game was, but it was great.
It was sick. I don't know what it was either. It was freaking sick. It was like we're rolling a dice into
like trying to get it into like to land in like these.
It was like cornhole, but with dice. I don't know how to explain.
On like a little board. Yeah, it's exactly like that.
And we're just sitting there. We're like, all right, let's keep going. And your dad was like actually destroying everyone.
He's good.
But I mentioned this whole thing because like for me, like everyone that I'm meeting and all the guys that are there, like it's all the Jersey guys. Like it's all these people that like I haven't really known super long or anything. I just met them on like the cruise recently, and like it was just so interesting from my perspective. And like, just like, it felt like, it felt like I was in college again, kind of like in that morning. Like that morning just felt like a college morning.
Yeah.
And like the way that, the funniest thing was that there was a moment where Matt was like, all right, I'm getting ready to, like, we're about to go down for pictures. It's time to like shred. And he's like literally like his shirt's off and he's like pumping, like doing push-ups.
Bro, we have a video of that. I'll put it in here if we do.
Yeah, no, you should. It's so funny. Cause I was like, oh my God, he was not kidding when he like said he wanted to look good. He was doing push-ups the morning of the wedding. And I was like, this is so, like, we're there. We're all there. Like, we're all like sitting like on the couch or whatever. And we're just like, oh, there he goes.
Yeah.
Like, look at him. Look at him. He's he's charged up today.
I knew for a while like how I wanted the day to go and how I wanted to be in the best shape to look good for it. You know, it's like everyone you know is coming out for this one day. You got to show up.
Yeah.
You got to show up, you know?
Yeah. So, and you're just like, hey, might as well get a morning routine.
I was definitely slow to start the year on like the workouts, but I put in like in June before the month of the wedding, I did 30 days straight, which I actually made a video out of it because I was like, if I'm going to do this, I might as well make a video.
Sure.
But that was, you know, really, really good. And then, yeah, I think I did exactly what I wanted to. I woke up that morning, was blasting Porter Robinson all morning, took 3 showers. This shower was unbelievable, dude. Like the best shower I've ever had. The water pressure was great. So I took shower. We played games, had a little drink, loosen up, pumped out 50 push-ups. You got to go in there like gassed up.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. And you're going to like a beach location too.
Yeah, dude. I just had to be like in it all the way mentally. Like that's how I get myself psyched up. So I did it.
Dude, it was just so entertaining. Like I was just like, dude, this is gonna be a day. Like this is gonna be a moment.
It was good.
That was like, oh my God. Like it's such a core memory for sure. Just being a part of that stuff.
The push-ups. I honestly forgot about the push-ups. So you just brought it up again. But
well, it was just fun being like in that like you know, all these dudes and we're like, all right, yeah, we need the sunglasses for the photos and stuff. It's like, like we're all wearing shades.
It's hilarious. Because the girls woke up at like 7 a.m. to get ready for like 6 hours. I woke up at 10:30. These guys came over at like noon. We played games for like 2 hours.
We're actually just like playing games.
Yeah, I was like, we were like wearing whatever, playing games, like drinking, hanging out. And then 10 minutes before I had to go, I'm like, all right, I go in the shower, quickly shower, or I did the push-ups, quickly rinsed off, put all my stuff on and went in like 15 minutes tops.
Yeah.
Such a different day than Jess's day. They like spend all day getting ready.
Yeah. It's
crazy.
I would love to like, you know, I mean, it's Jess's thing, but like, I'm just so curious, like what the vibes were on that end of it. Because like
it was
for us, it was like, it felt like a college, like party kind of thing in the morning.
A little bit.
Like it was also like, it was like midday, right? So we're like, all right, it's time to, you know, like
it's time to go.
Have a little bit of a drink and then we'll play some games. Like it was fun. It was really, really fun. But dude, that day, you go for it. Explain it. It's your thing.
I mean,
it was amazing.
It went how I hoped it would. Like one of the worries we had was in Jersey, it doesn't, like in LA, the weather's always great. And we wanted to have the wedding in LA, but a lot of our family members are from Jersey and my grandparents wouldn't have been able to make it out here. So we decided ultimately to do it in Jersey. But the worry was like, it could rain. It's very possible that it would rain. But we got lucky. It was 80 degrees, sunny. There was a couple clouds, which was perfect because when we were taking pictures outside, it was scorching hot, which I knew it would be. We're on the beach, right? It's like the other thing about Jersey, if you don't live in the East Coast, it's way more humid than most places in, you know, most hot places in America. So it feels like really, really sweaty and like stickier than other places.
Right.
So I was just worried about that. And like the pictures they went decently well. Like I think it could have been a lot worse in terms of how bad the heat was.
Yeah.
It was cool. We did a first look. She looked absolutely stunning.
Dude, how was that feeling? How was like the first look feeling?
See, it's tough because it's like everyone's watching you. There's a video being recorded. You know, it's like this moment that's got to be played up a little bit, but I didn't want to fake it.
Yeah.
And I knew she didn't want me to fake it either. So I was like, realistically, I don't think I'm going to get too emotional or cry for the first look because it's just, for me, that's not what gets me emotional. it's the words and the feelings that get me really messed up. And for sure, like during the vows, I was
tearing up.
Oh man, there was like 1 or 2 spots where I had to pause and I was like, hang in there, buddy. Hang in. Cause there's like 200 people here that are sweating and they want to go inside. So you can't be crying the whole time.
No, you can.
Then, bro, during the vows, she started tearing up because I looked at her the entire time.
Yeah, as you should.
Which was the way to go, because if I looked at other people, would have like really, really threw things out.
Oh, you would have like been like, oh my God.
It would have just made me, yeah. But looking at her was great. Like I was locked in. I was looking at her eyes the whole time. And then she started crying at one part and I was like, no, you crying is going to make me cry. Don't do it. Because I'm already like trying to just hold it together.
It's like when someone yawns, it causes you to yawn. It's like, but in that moment, when you know it's an emotional moment and someone's visibly emotional in front of you too.
It was rough, dude.
And not just someone, the most important person in your life.
Yeah, your person. So the first look it was whatever. For me, like I didn't cry, or like I don't feel like I got super emotional, which I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna fake it. Like she was gorgeous. I have a little bit of a hot take, which I'll tell you in a second on the outfit and stuff, but
what?
She's my, she's my girl forever now. So like, it was like
Dude,
the exact moment you would expect it to be. But the vows, bro.
The vows is what got you.
I was worried. I wrote these things so many times and I was like, I don't think it's good enough. I think it's too long. Like, and you can't really have anyone else read it because then it's kind of ruins the surprise. Yeah. So I was like, hey, like, how long are your vows? Like, what do you focus on in your vows? Like trying to like get an idea of what hers were like. So I didn't have like these whack vows.
Sure.
Cause I just felt like mine were so basic. I felt like it was like, oh, like I'm always going to support you and always going to love you. Like, I was like, that's so cookie cutter shit. Like I want mine to be different. I want it to be like very personal. So I think they ended up being better than I thought they were initially.
This is what I love about Matt, guys, is like Matt is like the kind of person that he's sitting here and he's like, oh, like you can just tell how much effort. Like this is like, to me, like I have to imagine there's many people that get married and they just like get married and it just like happens and maybe there's no vows said, or maybe it's just like, let's just go do this, let's go get married in Vegas or whatever. Like there's probably like, everybody has, walks to their own beat, right? Everybody has different ways that they go about that moment. But what I love is like, dude, this is like, oh God, sorry. I don't want to like, I'm not trying to like be a kiss ass or anything to you right now, but like, it's literally just like, this is how I know how much you care about people, man. Because like you're sitting here being like talking through your anxiety of not getting that moment right when the moment was perfect, dude. Yeah. Like you killed it. It ended up being like, great. There was not even a moment in it where I was like, whoa, that was kind of cringe. Like, can you imagine?
Well, thank God.
No way. Can you imagine? I'm standing there, I'm like, Matt shouldn't have said. No way, dude. Yeah. You knew.
Okay, good.
You put the effort into thinking about it, as you should, and I remember the moment where you teared up and choked up a little bit, and I was like, dude, but that's real and that's who you are.
Exactly.
And like, dude, even Emmy's like, if you don't cry at our wedding, dude, I swear to God.
Yes. That's like, it's like that. I was like, so initially we weren't going to do vows. Yeah. She was like, we don't need to read our own vows. Like, it's fine. We'll just do like and I was like, nice, great. I don't have to cry in front of everyone. That's all I was thinking about. And then she's like, wait a minute, but I really want to do our own vows. It's like actually really cute. And then it becomes like, oh, like I want you to cry. Like I want you to see that you care. And it's like, you can't put all these expectations on a moment, okay? Because here's what's going to happen. The first look, which is what I wanted because I didn't want to have to be like taking photos while we were doing the reception and stuff. Like all these things, if you start putting ideas on what they should and shouldn't be, then it's like I have to like put on an act, and I'm not doing that. Like I am putting myself out there and being vulnerable in front of all of our friends and family. Also, because I fucking love you.
Yeah.
So also, let it be as it is,
By the way, when he was doing vows, we were like on a public beach with crowds of people like stopping to listen because they were doing it on a microphone.
Yeah.
Right? I think that was
on a microphone.
Yeah. Like, so like they would pass the mic to do it. And so everybody on the beach was hearing this.
Oh, I know. That's when we picked it out, I was like, thank God we don't have to do vows. And then when she switched to like, I want to do vows, I was like, great. So not only is 150 people that I care about deeply going to listen to this.
But now the public.
But now everyone walking by in their freaking bikinis and floaties are going to be stopping by and like, oh, that's so, like, you know, I'm like, bro.
Yeah, but if anybody would have, like, if anybody could do that, it's going to be like one of us YouTubers, you know? We could do that.
Yeah.
You've been in front of crowds. You've hosted commentary stuff.
I actually don't like public speaking. I think I just get so nervous for no reason. So I think one of the things that really helped me, just looking at her, was so good for both the fact that it was such an intimate moment, and if I had looked out and saw how many people were watching, it would have gone way worse for me.
Oh my God.
Because that shit just gets me nervous. Like mentally, I'm like, it's fine, it's whatever. But my body just freaks out.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think they went really well.
You killed it.
I like reading them to myself. I was like, I wish I could do better, but I think seeing her tear up was like, okay, I think it actually hit like I wanted it to.
Dude, I love hearing like the intricacies of like I just love hearing the intricacies of like what someone's thinking in these moments, because I am anxious as hell whenever I get to that moment in my life.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, oh man, like I just don't like. I think the thing that stresses me out is thinking about like what's gonna make Emmy the happiest, and like how do I not F that up? like please can I not F that up? Like I don't know. I
could help you now. I got like a little bit of a roadmap on it, but I had to rewrite them a lot of times because the first draft was way too long. I like wrote like a whole story, like our story, and then I had to like really cut it down to like the moments that mattered the most, even though there's so much more I wanted to say.
Yeah.
But I think all in all went well. So that was the vows. Ceremony I thought was great. I mean, the weather was really good.
I enjoyed that everything was like right there.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, okay, we have this thing here, and then you go like, I don't know. I guess most weddings have the reception right nearby too.
Sometimes not.
But it felt like right there. Like it was like, hey, let's just walk 10 feet, and then the reception place is here, and it was really freaking cool. Like I thought the view in that room. So like for context, it was like the.
I'll play some clips.
Yeah, you should.
I got footage.
Are you gonna make a video about this?
Yeah, I'm editing it.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. I'm excited
dude,
about it.
That was the other thing. I didn't realize how hard Matt was going to go on like filming this. But it started like making perfect sense though. I was like, oh, of course you got your guys at like Team Playback, like they're like making this moment. It
was tough because I did invite some of them to the wedding. I was like, I want you to be in the wedding. Like I'll find someone else to shoot it. Yeah. Then I couldn't find anyone to shoot it because everyone I know is already in the wedding.
So you're like, can you shoot it?
But one of my friends, Jay, was like, I'll shoot it. Like, it's cool. So I was like, all right, sweet.
Dude, it was cool.
So the footage, some of the footage looks dope.
Dude, it came out cool. There's like one thing in particular that I'll never forget. It's like imagery in my brain. It's like the groomsmen and the bridesmaids were all like lined up together, like we all did like the introductions at the reception kind of thing. We're like walking out doing funny dance or whatever. And it's like you and Jess are about to have your first dance. Mm-hmm. And literally like actual like I was like, no shot they have this actual like smoke effects in the room. Like genuinely there was like a mist beneath you and Jess as y'all were doing your dance that you both rehearsed and like practiced, right?
Oh yeah, dude.
So
I went to 6 dance classes.
Dude, this is insane. Like, look how much effort this man
put in. The wedding, we put a lot of effort in.
But like the
and that was another thing. There was the vows and the first dance. I was so worried about. I was like, this is gonna go terribly because I don't know how to dance. I don't even know how to like properly dance. And vows in front of everyone's gonna be just really tough to not cry.
Dude, but
then we practiced
the dance
both,
too.
And it was like I was so excited for the first dance because we like ended up doing like a pretty. Decently complicated dance for like brand new people that have no idea what we're doing.
It was just wild though, because like we're all standing in a line. So I'm like, God, there's gotta be so much pressure because like we're all standing in a line just like
just watching.
Granted, we're like really hyped and excited. But dude, when the smoke effects started coming out, I was like, I was like, I remember literally thinking, oh, this video is gonna be insane.
Dude, the
like,
shots
I'm
dope.
so excited.
The shots are dope.
Like, I'm so stoked to see that.
The smoke was way higher than I thought it was going to be, though.
It looked so
It did look really cool.
It was so cool. It like looked like something that would be like used in like Vampire Diaries or something.
Yeah.
Like some
It's like full blown dry ice smoke.
yeah. Like, oh my God. I that moment is like in my brain forever.
Hell yeah. That's exactly what I want to hear. Because we practice that dance almost every day for like 4 weeks.
Yeah. I got the close up on it too. So like I was like I was just like, wow, they're really doing this.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Heck yeah, dude.
And what else happened after that? We had the reception and then
After that, it was just reception, which I went all out. It went so fast.
I know, right?
I really am upset about the cocktail hour because we got all this food. Like I picked out both of us.
Yeah.
But mainly me because all of her stuff, she's vegan, so she can't eat half the stuff there.
Yeah.
So all the food choices were me, and I was like, cocktail hour, I'm gonna eat my brains out because there's so much stuff I wanted to try. I didn't eat anything. I got one noodle of pasta, one, and then I had to go. So I was like,
Did you just not
this
eat?
is a bummer.
You ate dinner though.
I ate dinner, which I also did not like really like
Didn't really-
process, enjoy, like
Yeah,
have
yeah.
the time. I kind of scarfed it down and left. But I did get a lot of dancing in.
Yes.
The footage definitely shows that. I was sweating like a lot. But the whole night just went so fast, dude. It was great. I think the video is really going to help kind of keep those memories because for me, it's like I said, it's like kind of like a blur. It went so quick. It was so much.
It was fast for
to
me.
process.
I can't imagine how fast it was for you.
It's nuts, dude. Everyone says that too. Like it's such a cliche thing. It's like, okay, yeah, I knew going in it's going to go fast. Everyone
Yeah.
says that.
Yeah.
I'm prepared for that. But I almost feel like the only thing I didn't like about it is I never felt like I have a grasp on right now. Like I have this moment and I'm here and I'm feeling it and I'm like really processing it.
Yeah.
Looking back, I don't like it just went done, you know? And like I remember highlights of it, but I don't ever feel like I digested the moment. I don't know how to explain it to you.
Well, I feel like
I was there, I was present, I remember it, I know, but I never really like got a hold on it, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like probably everybody would think that though about the wedding.
Maybe.
Like it's just because if it goes like that, if it's so fast and feeling,
Yeah.
you probably you're like, I wish I just.
I know,
like, I wish
dude. It's just like you're going, done.
Yeah.
I literally told her the week after, I was like, I can't wait for the next wedding because I'm going to be able to really enjoy it. Because for our wedding, your own thing, you're like, there's just so many things going on. You're
Sure.
just thinking about so much stuff.
Yeah.
And you're just trying to entertain, trying to talk to everyone. Another wedding, I'm going to go out there and like just embrace the hell out of just living it up.
You're
you know?
like you're like one of those people. It's like this is basically my second wedding. Let's go.
I can't even wait for the next one. I'm going to one. My
That
friends
sounds
know
so
it
bad
is.
on paper, but it's like
No, but it's so true because you just. I don't know. I think when you have yours, we can rediscuss this.
Sure.
I don't know how to describe it. I'm not doing a good job clearly because you're not like I don't even know if anyone's gonna get it.
I
just
don't know
didn't
exactly what you mean. It's hard.
Embrace, grasp, live in, whatever word you want to use was.
It's like
I
you're
never
on-
felt like I got a hold of it.
Yeah, it's like you're on cloud 9 the whole time, and then
Yeah,
it does,
and then
there's
it's
not
done.
a grounded moment.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to say it. It's
like-
never a grounded moment.
It's
You're
never
always
like-
just holy crap.
I think it might be too. Is just like conversations probably are so quick.
Yeah.
Because you have to like make sure that you're like seeing everybody and like thanking people for coming and all this kind of thing.
Right.
But maybe like I imagine you're not like like there's some nights where like, dude, yeah, remember that like night where we just like we sat and talked for like 4 hours or whatever, or like
Exactly,
this, like it's like there's
exactly.
like this grounded like we're having this like deep convo for like a long time.
Yeah.
I imagine like in the like celebratory moment of like the reception, all this kind of stuff, where you're like getting a chance to talk to everybody. I imagine like, I mean, even when I saw you, half the time when I would see you, I was just like, dude, are you having a good time? And you're like, yeah. and then I'd be like, all right, keep going. Like I would, there's a lot of moments where like, I didn't want to even, it sounds so weird.
Yeah.
Don't take
You
this the
don't
wrong
wanna-
way.
yeah.
But I almost didn't want to like bug you.
Yeah.
Because I was like, we'd be dancing. I'd see you dancing at a distance. I'm like, do I go over there right now and dance with him? I mean, yeah, we did a couple times for sure. But like there were some times where it's like, nah, he's with a different group right now. Let him vibe. Let him cook. Let him.
That's
let him
so
know where he's
true.
going. Because you would literally like you would just end up in so many different
I was
places.
just trying to
so
bob
quickly.
around, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so true. You nailed it. You totally get it. I was wrong. You've fully explained exactly
It's
how
just
it
so
is.
yeah. It's like short-term short-term
It is.
content.
It's
Short-term
tough, dude. And that's the exact opposite of what I love to do. I love to have deep combos, like long, deep combos with people, like really just get into it.
Dude, we didn't get
and
a freaking photo again.
I was talking to Pat about this too. I was like, bro, this is why I'm like, it was so good, but so bad because we just didn't have enough time.
And what I mean by that photo,
Like I got 2 photo booth photos. That's it. How? How do I only get in 2 photos? And it's only because Chris literally picked me up and brought me to the thing. And I was like, bro, you just like if I was gonna spend more money on it, which I wouldn't have.
Maybe I wasn't one. Maybe we did get one.
I don't know. I think I'm only in 2. One's with Chris and Pat. Were you in that one too?
I was in whatever like the YouTuber pick was.
No, I didn't make the YouTuber pick again. I never do. I always miss the YouTuber
At
pick.
his own wedding.
Literally every time.
What?
YouTube gang. I'm not, you go look at all of them. Noah's posted like 10 of them. I'm in 0 of them. Even at my own cruise, I didn't make that one either. You guys took this photo. It's like a badass photo. And the only person that's not in it is me. It's like, cool, nice. Where was I? Don't know.
All right, that's it. Do the wedding again.
If I was ever going to spend more money, it would be to extend the reception.
Can you imagine? We gotta go again.
We gotta run it back, dude. Well, the good news is you're next.
I was gonna ask that. Do you think
So
it's me?
we will run it back. Out of all of our friends here, yeah, I think so. Jess and I talked about this. We're like, what's the order? Who's next?
It probably is.
I think it's probably you.
So for context, I don't want to take away from your story because your story is very like
No,
I
dude.
want to hear all about your stuff.
I shifted it into you.
No, that's hey, there you go. But I've always told. So when me and Amy first started dating, I told her I was like, around 3 years. Around 3 years is like where I've always thought like, if I'm like really, really happy in my relationship for like 3 years, and like let's just say in the relationship part, I think that feels about right of me finally proposing. It's honestly very typical. I feel like 2 to 3 years. Like a lot of people like date in college and it's like 3 or 4 years and then they get married or whatever. So I always wanted that sort of like amount of time, at least 3 years, at least. In literally like 5 days, me and Emmy will be dating for 3 years.
So you guys are next.
I would imagine so. The thing is though, I've talked to her about it, and as much as I said 3 years, do I feel ready for that right now? No.
Well, yeah, but it's 3 years, and then at some point after the 3 years,
Yes.
like it's not like on the dot. I'm gonna start.
But now she's gonna start like this is like because I set that up.
But dude,
now
don't get bullied into that.
No, I know.
Okay.
But like, I mean, no, I'm not proposing.
Listen, come from the guy who waited 10 years.
I know.
All right?
Dude, but that's probably what freaks me out. She
Wow, you don't have to wait 10 years, but
like she probably like, oh wow, like she's like, is Jordan just gonna?
No
way,
I don't think
right?
she thinks that. I don't think most people expect that. I waited a while. We also started dating way younger though, so it's a little different.
That's true.
But
I don't know.
I also just think you just both need to really be like fully ready for it. So like take your time.
Yeah.
Like, there's like you guys, the way I see it, like you're together,
We
you
like,
made a commitment already?
We skipped the marriage part and got a house before we got
I
married.
mean, well, that too. But I just feel like like that's my point. You're committed.
Yeah.
Like, yes, marriage is another step for sure.
The house was like, dude, that was
that's a big.
dude. The conversations for that to happen, like, I look back and I'm like,
They got to be real.
I'm like,
combos.
man, there was like a couple of weeks there where we were just like really, really talking about it. I'm like, damn, we navigated that like super, like, I feel like some people might spend a while thinking about that. It was like a couple of weeks and we were like, no, it feels pretty good. I feel pretty.
The house
happy
buying
with
for you
this.
felt very quick. You're like, hey, we might like actually buy a house. I was like, when did this happen? Like, no, I think it's gonna happen soon. I was like, you guys like discussed what that entails? Like, it's a big deal,
I think it's just more like there's just like a thing that in your brain, and maybe
And in your heart.
like maybe it's like what do they call it, like fool's gold or something like that. I don't know. It's like maybe it's like young love. Look at them. Look at how crazy they are getting like. But like I just don't. I've never looked at Emmy and been like, oh yeah, this is just who I'm dating. I've always looked at Emmy. I'm like, this is like definitely my wife at some point. 100%. Like if that doesn't happen, I'd be shocked. I would be like we're going to be doing one of these episodes and it's going to be like JC has lost his mind. Cause I don't know what it would take. I think that was the reason we got a house. Cause we both like, we very much like love each other so much. And we're like, what would it take to be where this wouldn't work? And we're like, something insane would have to happen.
Yeah.
But so we just went for it. But I guess the thing I was going to lead into is it's probably sooner on the grand scale of things. Time keeps going by so fast. It's probably sooner than we think. That being said, the thing that I told Emmy is that I wanted to be sure, like whenever I do that moment, A, I want to make sure the moment's right. B, I want to make sure that I am 100% comfortable with the like job that I'm in at the moment of proposing, at least. Like, I just want to feel like I got like my career stuff on track just to feel good. You know, whether it changes the stuff after I propose or whatever. Yeah. Sure. That's fine. I mean, that's life. It changes all the time. I mean, we're talking about how you're feeling about career right now and all that kind of thing. But like, just for that moment, I just don't want to be like the proposing moment. I just don't even want to be stressed about anything else in my life, like career wise. Maybe that's a stupid goal because you might always be stressed about career stuff. But like, I just like, I had a lot of like the past couple of years was like getting into the gaming industry for the first time. And like, it's a lot of these like first, and not like a lot of, oh yeah, I've been, you know, it would be very different. Like if I've been a dev for like 10 years. Right. And I know that I like, that is 100% what I'm doing and all this kind of thing. But weirdly enough, right now, we haven't really talked about it from the last episode and I can't really say much, but if you guys didn't know, I have a job again and that feels great because, and I actually, my job is on design side. It's actually not social media. It's actually like game design. So I am so happy doing that right now. Hell yeah. It's like genuinely like, I am so happy to go to work every day. So what I'm saying is if that feeling keeps continuing and then the time mark in my brain that I've always had like passes and it's been over 3 years, dude, I don't know. Like I have some thoughts on what year it's going to be when proposal happens.
The boxes are all checked.
They're starting to check themselves off. Yeah. And I'm like,
it's getting to be that time.
It's getting there. I don't want to, maybe I changed my mind, but it's getting there. And I feel way better than I did career wise as well. Literally the most I've ever felt career wise in like probably 5 years, which is insane.
That's great.
Because you know how hyped I was for the last job.
I know. Absolutely.
I'm telling you guys, I'm excited.
Chat, you got to be happy for this man.
I just
realized you have your overlays. That's funny.
No, you know what you could do the put a black bar on a black bar. Top and bottom, have some cinematic effect. It also makes it kind of feel like you invaded my stream, which is funny. Yo, 200 subs. Let's go.
No, dude, if you need any help with any questions, let me know. Because I have like a bit of a roadmap now. You know, I've kind of figured it out to some degree on certain things.
What flipping it back to you, and you know I will 100% take you up on that.
Okay.
I will be. That's the thing too. When you know that moment's going to happen for me, I'll probably talk to you a bunch about
let me know.
Or how to go about that.
You can be a complete surprise to everyone. Like whatever you want to do, you do your thing. But I'm just saying, if you need any advice,
yeah, but you're good. You can hold a good secret.
Yeah, I won't spoil that. You kidding me? That'd be terrible.
Matt has like known so much stuff about my life that like I feel like people wouldn't even know. You know so much.
You gotta have a good friend you could splurge all your deep secrets to. I guess
it's true. I just love you, man.
I love you too, bro. Want to do our own vows right now?
Yeah. I will never say I want to make group content.
Oh my God. All right. I'm out. We're getting a divorce. We're gone.
I'm just kidding. Flipping back to you though, because I want to come back around to it. So wedding's great. Video's going to come out at some point. Yep. I'm stoked for that. what are you like? Here's my question. I've been dealing with some weird feelings lately. And it kind of goes back to the stuff I just said about the job and everything. I feel like I'm in a weird crossroads in some ways because my current job that I have during the day, which I go into, by the way, like it's not like
It's not remote.
no,
Right.
It's like I go into and it takes a lot of my time. Like you're talking a full day with commuting, come back home, I'm dead tired, and I'm like, and I'm also because I'm again, I have to be very careful how I talk about this, but just because of what I'm doing, like it's just my creative brain and my social, like just thinking, like when you go into work and you're talking creatively for like hours and hours every day, you come back home and I'm like, bro, I almost like can't like function. Like I need to just like relax, like chill out. And so it's been really tough because I really, really love what I'm doing, but I also have the whole streaming thing that I've done for years of my life. Like when I switched from YouTube to like streaming on Twitch and stuff, and all these people, you guys, a lot of you watching this, it's like, what do I do about this? Like there's like this, the second job of Twitch and streaming, all that, I don't have the mental capacity to do on most weekdays anymore. I'm kind of like freaking out a little bit about that. I have not finished Final Fantasy 16. It's like a joke. Like how? I was like the hypest person for that game. I made YouTube videos about it with the help from Satchel, my editor. Thank you, Satchel. They banged on YouTube. The last one has like 50K views, and they're all like just different parts of the playthrough, which normally part one does really well and then the rest kind of fall off. It's
Yeah.
been the opposite.
It's doing better every time.
Some of them do really well, and some are like in the middle, but they all have gotten like good views.
Yeah.
And some have like popped off more than others. And the last one was like the most. And I'm like, and I just left it there to hang for, it's been a month since my last YouTube video, which feels like crazy to me because so much has happened, wedding and and starting new job and all this sort of thing. And then I'm like, oh my God, like I need to get this content back going. But I don't feel that I'm in my like 100% best. This sounds so weird, but like when I stream, I have to be in this like place. Like I have to be in this like mental place of like being there and being present.
Yeah.
Kind of like we were talking about being grounded and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like I need to be there and I need to like be, the energy needs to like encompass me with, because Final Fantasy 16 is like one of my favorite games I've ever played. So I'll be damned. I'm never going to go live and be like, all right, guys, it's been a long day at work and I'm really tired, but I guess I got to continue this playthrough.
Yeah.
And I'm really, really, I'm not super high energy today because I'm really tired, but it doesn't deserve, like what Final Fantasy 16 deserves is me being like, all right, guys, it's a Saturday or whatever. And I got 7 hours and we're going to cook today. Like that's like what it deserves.
Yeah.
And I just have yet to find that day to get back into it. And so I'm freaking out though, because I'm like, damn, I think I just let down so many people not finishing that playthrough. You guys are gonna say it's fine, but like, it's just weird. Like, I'm like, is my life slowly changing where like I'm not a content creator first anymore? And granted, even at the last job, the last job was definitely, no, I was work first before content creation for sure. But I don't know, dude. It just shows how fulfilling the job is right now, I guess, is like, I just don't know how to, like, it's like starting to hit for once where I'm like, I have to sacrifice something.
Yeah.
What do I sacrifice? There's no way I stop streaming forever or anything like that. I don't think.
No.
Like, you know what I mean?
It's
like,
not
I'm just
that
like,
dire.
no, it's like,
You do have to sacrifice something though, whether it's sleep or social.
right?
It's one of the two.
Like, do I do
It's basically one
streams
of
in
those
the
two
morning?
things. It sounds, if I had to think about it, it sounds like like if you just woke up like a work hour Saturday morning and streamed for whatever, like 6 hours.
Sure.
You could be done by early afternoon and have the rest of the night to do whatever.
But what I'm scared about, what scares me about that is we start treading into the territory again, which I've always done this and I hate it. But it's like, I want more time with you, more time with M, and more time with like people around me in my life.
Yeah.
And to be a content creator also with a full-time job, you literally, like you said, you literally have to sacrifice a Saturday.
Yeah.
A freaking Saturday. Saturdays now for me, I'm like, oh, I'm so excited for Saturday. Like, kick back, relax. Let's go to the pool.
Yeah.
Let's, go like, to a wine place. We went to a wine place yesterday. And it's like, that was what my Saturday was. And I chose, I'm like, no, I'm not going to stream a video game this weekend. Sorry. I'm going to hang out with my friends. Because honestly, we haven't all hung out like that in a while.
We haven't, yeah.
Like just on a random Saturday. I'm like, so I chose that instead. And then today I'm like, we're doing this. I might stream today. We'll see. But like, it's just that thing of like, I just don't like, I don't like having to put friends and relationships in competition with my time for content creation. I don't know why, like, I know we're talking about your stuff and like what you're feeling, but I'm just throwing my stuff out there because this is where I'm at. And I'm like, whatever I do, meme aside, like if we made content together and stuff like that, and we do some of the things you're thinking about, it's got to be so freaking clear like what it is and like what we're doing, because there's no, like the time for like experimenting is harder than ever now with how life is.
You just spoke it perfectly.
It's like we don't
totally nailed it. That's totally it.
We don't have the luxury to be like,
you are so
hey,
right. That's why I'm feeling so messed up. It's like all I'm doing is experimenting.
Yeah.
But that feels so wrong now. It feels like I can't be doing that anymore. Like I have to find some kind of consistent path.
Exactly.
But all I've done is experiment. So I feel like conflicted massively. You just nailed it. That's totally it.
It's like you need to find what the North Star is, right? Of like if you're making content, you got all these other things that you have to do. Like you have to spend time with Jess. You have to do this. You have to make sure you're getting the right income coming in, all this kind of stuff. Yeah. And it's like,
we didn't even talk about like just life things, like maintaining your house,
exactly,
getting groceries, paying bills, like just stuff that takes time, dude. That you have to do as an adult.
But here's the thing: the gym thing, I can't. Like, there's literally.
The gym's like a 7-hour a week thing for me. So
I can't do that right now. Like, there's no way I could even slot it in right now. It's just impossible. Like, maybe it is possible.
You're sacrificing something else.
But you have to sacrifice either time with M or
most likely sleep.
Or sleep.
That's what most people default to, is like, I'm just going to sleep less.
But that sucks because like
I can't do that. I need sleep.
And also it's like not having a lot of sleep. Look, a lot of creatives are this way where they sleep like 4 hours.
Yeah.
And sure, I can do that like, some days, but dude, like there's like all these studies, man, of how important sleep is. And like your body like needs it bad. And like when you do that all the time, you're just like, I just don't think it's the right way to live. Like personally, I agree. I think you need a full night.
Most people will sacrifice sleep for these other things we're talking about.
Yeah.
But I agree that to me, 8 hours is like, that's obviously some nights it is what it is. Like you get 5 or 6, but for the most part, at least 8 hours.
I'm around a 7 usually.
Yeah. 7 or 8, I think is fine.
Yeah.
But like you said, there's a lot of people that will sleep 4 hours like religiously.
Yeah. Well, and I was doing that a lot working at the last place because that was, and people know me. I'm like the nighttime streamer.
Yeah.
So there was many nights that I would sacrifice and be like, well, let me stay up till 2 a.m. and do this stream of this game or whatever. And I don't know. I don't think it was like, it was fun and I loved it, guys. I did, but looking back on it, I'm like, dude, that's not the way. I can't do that for like
forever. Yeah,
I can't
it's
do
like
that
a
for
temporary
5-year plan of doing that. No way.
No way. Yeah.
No shot. It was not sustainable, and especially not to make Emmy happy as well, dude. If I came home every day from work and I'm like, hey, I love you so much, but you gotta wait till the weekend to see me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like, why? I'm like, because I have to play Final Fantasy today.
Yeah, exactly.
No way, dude.
I feel like I was hearing some like. Because there was a like you said, when you're doing Final Fantasy, you were in the grind mode.
Oh,
for
I didn't
like
see you.
2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, I didn't hear from you or see you for like a month.
Until your wedding.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But you were putting out content like crazy.
Yeah. And granted,
I also feel like she felt like,
100%.
oh, you're spending way too much time on this.
Yes.
But you felt, your career side of things felt great. It did. See, that is it, dude. We've cracked the code. Like we are fully aware of what it is.
I was laid off. I literally was like not working like an actual job, and I was like laid off. Like you should have seen when I got laid off. Oh my god! Like Emmy's like.
Sorry.
What just happened? What was that?
I unscrewed this thing.
Oh, I thought it was your ring for a second.
No.
It's so wild seeing you with a ring now. But anyways,
Let's go.
It's sick. There was a bit where like when I got laid off, like obviously it was beyond stressful and really upsetting and made me really sad. I just want to move on from that discussion because it's just like, it is what it is. Gaming industry is crazy. Things happen, right? No one likes being laid off from their job. Right. When that happened, Emmy's first thing is to go into like safeguard mode, which is like, oh my God, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? Like, we're paying for a house right now. What's happening? And I'm over here like, but wait, I got some like free time right now where like and I'm so lucky. Like I want to say this as well. Like, I think this is why, like, when I said I got laid off and stuff, like people are so nice and like, dude, oh my God, if you need anything, like let me know, like all this kind of stuff. And you guys were so kind about it. And I appreciate it so much, but I do want to say, like, I think like I'm so grateful to be in the position where I am, where like a lot of other people got laid off,
Right.
and they don't have a Twitch stream that they can load up instantly the night of and make a couple bucks, right?
Yeah.
Like that's not a thing. They're probably scrambling to find the next job, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I just realized that I was like in a very fortunate position. I was like, oh man, like maybe I just go really hard on content.
Right.
I think I can. And Emmy if Emmy was in here, Emmy would be like, you literally cannot make enough money on content creation. It's not sustainable. Like she'll tell me that.
Yeah.
And I like,
Yeah, but it takes time.
I get where she's exactly. I get where she's coming from.
Let it cook a little bit, right?
She said this to me the other day. She said it was somewhere. It was at
Yeah, because she was freaking out because you guys got to pay for a house and you're not making any money. She's like, what am I going to do with myself?
yeah, but like there was some other conversation I had with her, and she was like, oh yeah, like if you were like a content creator right now full time with like no normal job, she's like I don't know if we'd be together all the way.
What?
And I was like, what do you mean? I was a content creator when I met you. What do you mean? I was like,
Bro,
don't you realize
that is some shady language right there. Some shady words.
She was like, she said it in like a very sassy Emmy way though. So it was like, why are you saying that to me? And then she like expanded on it more, and she's like, I just want you to have like a 5-year plan. Like I want you to have a 5-year plan, and I want it to feel stable and not like you're scrambling all the time. Because content creation, it absolutely is. You are like scrambling all the time to get like the viral moment or the right stream, because you'll do some streams and you'll make $20, right? And you'll do other streams and you make 800 somehow, because communities are absolutely insane like you guys. And so when it does that, it's like when you look at like the charts of like streams, there's no way to like physically correlate how the value of one stream for like 2 hours. Like I can't go to Emmy, who's basically like my wife, right? And I can't be like, listen, if I dedicate 2 hours here and 2 hours here and 2 hours here, I'm gonna make this much money. I can't guarantee it.
Yeah, we have no idea.
And so she's like, that's not what I want in a partner. I want us to be able to like look at what we have and look what we have going on and make sure it's stable and everything's all good. And I'm over here like, Emmy, don't worry though. What if we just reacted to stuff on Patreon? And she's like, Jordan, how do you know it's guaranteed that you'll be successful doing it? I'm like, because Emmy, I have to believe it is. I have to.
Yeah.
And that's like the thing with like me and you, I'm sure others as well. Like, I'm like, dude, that fire in you, you're just like, this has to work. And it might not, but you like always think
believe it,
that
it's gonna-
you have to believe
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like, and so like when I started making this Final Fantasy stuff, I'm like, oh no, I have to believe it's gonna work. Like it's gonna, and dude, honestly, it helped so much. Like that month we had stream, so my income was not from a normal job anymore. It was stream, it was like donos and stuff on stream. Then it was, then it was Patreon. Because we were doing all these like episode reactions and stuff like Mandalorian and stuff like that. And then and then the Final Fantasy videos on top did really well and had really long watch time on YouTube. So for the first time in my life, I had videos that people watched that were really long. I was like, no way, this is crazy. Yeah. And so like, I actually was like sustainable, but here's the thing.
You did nothing else.
I did nothing else.
We didn't see this man.
I
we didn't
did
hear
nothing.
from this man. Didn't know if this man was alive or not. He was in his post.
And I wasn't even
laid
editing.
off depression, but not really. He was cooking.
But I wasn't even editing. Like Satchel, my editor
I know.
was
Oh,
editing.
I know.
So
I know.
imagine if I was the only one editing as well.
No, it'd have been. That's the point.
It's
That's
impossible.
The point I'm making. Like you have so much time in a day, and you have to choose what you do with it, and you really have, at best, 16 hours. But after you factor in food, showering, and like just life things, you don't have that much. You probably have like 12 hours a day, maybe.
But like, dude, like what blows my mind is like, dude, it's like, guys, if you're in high school or college right now, listen to me. You really have the best time of your life to experiment and try new things.
Yep.
Like once you get to like this like level where like, okay, you have like a partner and you have all this stuff that like you have to make sure goes right. And we have 2 cats. You have literally like what's going on? You have 2 cats. I have 2 cats. It's like all these things that you're managing. I have to clean the litter box and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, bro, I literally don't have time to go make like, I want to make a crazy video in Hollywood or something. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't have time to do that. I can't try it.
You are just hitting all the right.
Bro, you've like unleashed me. This is all my inner
man,
thoughts.
but it's so satisfying that you're saying exactly what I'm feeling. It just makes me feel so much better. The fact that I'm not alone in this feeling. Like, it's so true. It's so true. You like, we are not at a point anymore where we can experiment. And I didn't know how to phrase that until you literally said it like 20 minutes ago. And I've just explained that it's the same thing in different situations. It really is. Because like you realize, I have it even worse, I think. I'm turning 30 this year. Like that's subconsciously ruining me.
See you in the next one, brother.
It's ruining me because I'm like, I'm a husband. I own a house.
Woo.
I have a wife.
Woo.
I'm blanking so hard. What did I just say 2 seconds ago?
2 cats?
2 cats? No. Why am I blanking so hard? What did I just say? Like 3 seconds ago.
You said you're turning 30.
Turning 30. There we go. I don't like to talk about it. That's why I forgot.
No, it's fine.
I'm turning 30. To me, that's like, I'm an old man. Like I can't just do whatever anymore. Like I have to settle down to some degree. And the stability thing has also creeped in my mind. It's like, at some point, we're going to have kids. We want to start a family.
And you can't be like,
how am I going to be going and trying random new things on YouTube when I'm a 32-year-old, 33-year-old with a wife and kids? Like, it's just not, I can't do that anymore. You can't be doing that.
Someone will say it's possible, and it's possible, but like, it's just not like
it'd be fine
realistically
if I had some
the window
sense of stability, like financially and like just career-wise, some stability where I could try some stuff.
Sure.
But I don't have that. I mean, I guess I do have some with team playback, but to my liking, I don't have that right now.
It's like you have to like, as you get older, like the window of like experimentation just like goes like slower and slower or lower and lower, whatever.
He's so right. If you are watching this and you're in high school or college or even like young 20s, let it rip. Dude, like just seriously. Try all kinds of different stuff and dive in head first to whatever you think you might want to do because it's so like, it's such the right time to do it.
Well, see, that's what's wild, right? Like imagine, this is going to sound insane, but this is going to sound insane. The reason why we both had, like one of the big reasons why we both had YouTube channels that like popped off in their own ways, right? Mm-hmm. Dude, I hate talking about myself in this way though. I'm talking about it from like,
shit popped off.
It popped off. But like, I'm saying like a YouTube channel that got noticed and got popular to some degree, right? like
Yeah, you
we're
can
not
say it.
we're not the
You're a
biggest
big
guys
deal.
in the
Yeah,
community.
okay.
Nah, bro. Listen. I luck was very much involved.
People recognize you in the streets.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
and they go, "Oh, dude, I used to watch your zombie videos." I'm like, "You used to watch me?"
No, that's the guy that did the DLC.
That was a Chronicles.
The Chronicles guy. Yeah, that's him.
No, I love that though. But oh my god,
What's
I'm
going to
losing-
sound insane?
So what's going to sound insane is that if I wasn't like 18 in those moments, like if I was if that same opportunity happened now I'm going to be 26 in next month. If that same opportunity, like let's just say I never started a YouTube channel, or I did kinda, but never really like fully went into it and really focused up or anything like that. If that like opportunity happened and I was like, oh man, I'm super passionate about zombies or whatever, there is no way I would have the same, like it's actually impossible to have the same output that I had back then.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, that's like the weird, like you're at the right time at the right place, because like in the moment I'm like, oh, school, dude. Like, oh my God, school's getting in the way.
You have too much stuff to do.
Yeah.
You don't.
Right. And so like, I'm thinking back and I'm like, oh my God, we were lucky that we were like at the age that we were doing that. Like we were just lucky that we were like younger, like when that was happening, even though it's kind of weird that we were all like, what, like 18, 19, you're the older one, but I think you were still not like settled down like you are now.
No, you're so right though. You're in a place where like you have the ability to do it. You think you like school, whatever. You just remind me of a time where freshman year of college, my channel was starting to blow up. I had like 75,000 subscribers. It was like Black Ops 2 time, right?
Sure.
Like, stuff was starting to really pop off. I pledged a fraternity, which is an absurd amount of time. Like you are basically on call 24/7. Whenever they need you to do something, you basically just have to do it.
Yeah.
Like that's just how it is. I was doing that. I was uploading to YouTube and I had 2 majors, which is like double the classes you would have if you just did a single major.
Sure.
So
Damn, you really did that.
bro, I look back and I remember the start of the semester, I was like, there's no way I can possibly do all these things at once. It's just not possible. And I'm brand new to college. Like I have no idea how this works. Like I'm really worried about like, figuring it out, like getting good grades and stuff. I had to have like a conversation with the head of the fraternity, like to be allowed to continue to do YouTube. Because I was like, I want to keep doing this, but I don't have enough time because pledging is taking so much time. So I was able to like carve out like a schedule where I was allowed to do YouTube on certain hours from pledging that no one else got to do. So,
Dude, you know what
and I made it work, bro. And I'll never forget like that semester, I got the highest GPA of the entire time I was in college, which makes no sense.
That is insane.
Makes no sense. I pledged a fraternity, got in the fraternity, and I crushed it on YouTube that year. I remember time management. I was like, I can do so much more than I think I can. I just gotta like really want it, like really, really want it, and like find a way to make it work.
Dude,
and I did. And now I look back and I'm like, I should be able to have that mentality now too. It's different priorities, different like responsibilities.
But I think it's still your time is now when you're older is just less. I think.
Seems like that, but I'm honest.
Gotta be.
I'm honest with myself. No.
We just got through saying it shrinks.
It shrinks, but it's not an excuse. Like I could be doing way more than I could be going harder. You know why I'm not going harder? Because I'm like screwing off and doing stupid shit on social media and like tweeting these dumbass things. And like I spend like 45 minutes eating fucking food, watching a YouTube video. I don't need to do that. That's wasted time. If we're being honest with ourselves here, at least for me, that is wasted time.
Dude, that's like the funniest thing.
Like, could I work out for an hour and a half or 45 minutes? Yeah, I could work out for 45 minutes and probably still get roughly the same pump in. Like, I waste more time than I need to.
Yeah.
That's why I'm also so conflicted because I'm like, why do I not have the motivation to go for it like I used to? Because it's not like,
is it the North Star?
We don't have a lot of time, but if we wanted to, we could. If we wanted to make it happen, we could. But look at people like Elon, bro. How does he run 4 businesses like that?
I don't know.
How?
I don't know.
Dude, like we're over here I can't even do like a YouTube channel. This dude's running 4 of the biggest businesses in the fucking, like, it makes no sense. Of course we have the time. We're just not like putting it in the right places, clearly. Why do I suck, dude? Like, why do I not want to do shit anymore? Why am I so lazy? I don't get it.
You're
I don't
not
get
lazy.
it. I just like not want to break my comfort zone or put the time in.
It's not that. It's not.
No, it partially is. It partially is.
Maybe partially, but I don't think it's not like laziness or anything like that. You are like, but you have, Matt. You have to look at like have like an out of body experience for a moment and just like think about like all the things that you have, and like you do more things than like 90% of people I know.
Nah, see, I Jess does this all the time. She compares herself to other people. I can't do that. I can only compare myself to me.
Okay, that's fine. Well, I'm just speaking
because the minute
outside.
I compare myself to other people, it's like, okay, sure, yeah, you're right.
No,
I
get
probably
that.
do more than a lot of people,
But
that's such a shit way to look at it.
I know.
It's like, oh, in that case, I could do so much less and still be amazing. No,
but that's not. I know, but I'm just.
I'm not comparing myself to anyone but me.
Okay.
And comparing me to past me, I suck right now.
Chat, y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Right now.
I am trying to say.
I know what you're trying to say, but it's a shitty way to look at it because I will never get anywhere comparing myself to other people. I just won't.
My point though is that like, I think it's that thing where it's like, I think we can fall into the trap, right? I don't want to fall into the headspace of like, I suck because you don't.
I don't feel that way, but
if
I'm being objective about it, I used to do more. I used to try harder. I used to go harder. I used to be better with my time. I used to not make excuses for why shit's not happening.
But
what's changed?
do you always have to go hard in life?
You don't. There's definitely times where you need to like soak in the moment, relax, and enjoy the fucking people around you.
Yeah.
I recognize that.
But I'm saying like,
But when it's time to go hard, I don't go as hard as I used to. And that to me is like, it's partially because I don't have a North Star right now.
I think the North Star is such a big
and it's partially because
problem.
I don't know why. I just wish I was better. I wish I was better than I have been. And I can say that, but it's like one thing to say it and another thing to do it. You know?
I just think like when I hear you saying it's like, I feel like we all have these thoughts. That's why I want you just to like, I'm just trying to, I don't want you to get in the headspace of you suck, because I think a lot of people have this thought where you're like a couple weeks go by and you're like, oh man, that went by really fast. I didn't really.
Yeah. Like, what did I do?
Especially
like,
on the
what did I get
creative
done?
side. Like, oh God, like
I got
did I
here.
do?
Katie asked me what I did when I got here today.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Woke up.
I don't know.
Woke up.
I spent, I don't know, 3 hours on the computer and I don't even know I can't even remember what I did. It's like little things, you know?
But you were doing something, sure.
I was. I probably could figure it out if I really thought about it, but I don't like, that's my point. Like if I can't think like I didn't do anything clearly big enough to warrant remembering it. It was like little errands, you know?
Yeah. It was like
pay a bill, like get a refund for this, like make sure this, I don't know, like little things like
that
email.
happen. That just exists, especially when you're older. Those are all over the place.
But that's what I feel like I'm doing that all the time.
Yeah.
And then I'm never doing like deep work or like big ticket items. You know, like
Dude,
I'm never.
I love how fired up you are right now.
Oh, I'm so mad about
okay,
it.
is it the North Star? I think
that's definitely a major part of it.
All right, let's say
I'm experimenting constantly, and like nothing's like yes, this is the thing.
I think this. Here's what's crazy. I have my North Star in terms of like my work.
Yeah.
And
can I steal it?
I mean, you want to be a game designer?
Nah, I don't think I'd be very good at it, to be honest.
But I have like a North Star in my life right now of like, this job gives me money. I like it. Right? Like that's literally it. Like that feeling, I finally found it. And to be honest, there's many times I thought I found it. This one really does feel like it right now.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because it's new. Probably there's some bits of that too, where it's like, it's really exciting because it's, a new job. But the thing is, like, I think a lot of this, like this pain that you're feeling and stuff is like, it's like you need that like really one thing that you're like, oh my God, this is it. And I'm like super passionate about this thing. And I'm like building this thing, working towards all things around this thing. And I'm just seeing that progress. And if all the other stuff in your life are great, it's like, it's just this like passion. It's like the passion project feeling.
Yeah.
You're like the passion project feeling. In my mind, I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you don't have the passion project feeling.
No, I don't.
You have the like, I want
it.
something to work, but I don't
it.
know what route I want to go down. I don't know what North Star like thing that I could fully like. And the thing is, what sucks is that half the time you'll never like know unless you go down the experimentation path of like doing it.
That's the shittiest part.
Yeah.
So it's like in a constant state of experimenting, and it's just, I don't know. You so right.
You make zombie videos.
Dear Lord, the passion thing, dude. I also think I overthink way too much of this because I'm just thinking about it nonstop. Like I've psychoanalyzed the shit out of this, but I also feel like I'm chasing success and not the passion at some points, and that's so not how it should be.
Yeah. I was about to say
but
that.
I know that though.
Yeah. You're thinking,
but I can't stop. I don't know how to like. Not do that at this point. I haven't figured it out.
You'll have like a video idea and you probably think of like,
I'm like, ooh, this could be successful. I don't think, ooh, this is a cool idea I want to do. It's backwards, and I know it's backwards, and I don't know. I'm so boned up here that I don't know how to get back to, let's just do it because I want to do it and because it's fun, and not because it's probably because I'm so like I'm seeking this stability because I know where I'm at. I'm turning 30, right? I got married.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah,
you
all
want
this
it
stuff
to. It's like almost like the pressure of it being a banger is even like
it's
higher.
more important because I'm like, I need something to start working now for long term.
Yeah.
Because I'm worried about it, like subconsciously.
Yes.
But I recognize that that's not the way to go about it. Like I got to be excited about it and passionate about it, and the success is a byproduct of that.
Well, dude, this is why we've all seen the whole discourse in the zombies community like many times where like people are like, I want to get out of the bubble, and then they like start experimenting a little bit and then they go right back to the bubble.
Yeah, because it doesn't. Yeah.
Let me just say right now, like it is only going to get harder and harder to find that like experiment.
Great, thanks. That's really the pressure I needed right now.
I'm saying for like the people like there's a lot of friends that we know that still like feel, I would say, trapped. Maybe not trapped is the wrong word, but like I still like this is still my thing, and it's really hard to like escape from this being my main thing. And, you know, we had a conversation many times. You had a conversation, you know, with everyone.
Times. Yeah.
And I feel like it's definitely. It's just like every time someone says it, I don't think they ever realize that the next year it's going to be harder, which is crazy. It's like every time someone's like, I'm really trying to like experiment right now, but it's really hard. Even you saying this right now, it's like next year it's probably be harder.
Probably.
There's just because we're saying the older you get.
The older you get, the more responsibilities you have, and the less time you have to continue building this thing you started.
You start settling down and all this kind of stuff.
That's why I just said like, great, it's even more pressure on me now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a ticking clock. Even though, dude, like realistically, we're still young. I'm not really too worried about it that way. And I'm also acting like I have absolutely nothing going on, which is not the case. It's just for me that at the moment, everything's like it's freelance. Mike and I joke, I call it bill payers. Sure. Like when I'm working a job that's just to pay the bills, I feel like I'm failing miserably because that is not the way I want to live.
100%.
I want to be working towards something bigger. Whether it's going to fail or not, I don't care. Like if I'm working towards a vision, I feel way more fulfilled like trying to get there.
This is like 100% where I'm like, there is like, you know, it's very easy to say, sure, but like, I've always been this way too. It's like, that's why when Emmy said the thing about like the content creation thing, she's like, I don't know. Like if you were like only doing that and you had nothing else going on, and I'm like, Emmy, this is why I'm here, bro. Like I didn't say bro to her, but like this is why I'm here in LA is because I did do that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's this feeling, and it's so hard to explain to. I think also because the YouTube thing changes your like
psyche.
Yeah. And again, it's the thing where I said earlier, I was like, I think there's gonna be studies done about like what it does to your psyche in the same way that like, same thing. We have books about what celebrities go through and all this kind of thing. You know, it's on a different level for sure, but it's definitely that thing where like you have these weird anxieties that like I can't explain. And it's really hard to like, and Emmy understands more than anyone that I've ever met. And that's why I freaking love her so much, is that she understands more than anyone I ever met. But dude, it's still like really hard to like convey to her or to anyone, like the anxiety that I feel because Final Fantasy 16 is not done. Yeah. That's ridiculous. It's a video game. It doesn't even pay my bills primarily at all. And I have this like dread that is like in my gut every day that I think about it. So much so that I don't look at my YouTube channel analytics right now or anything, because I'm too scared to think about the guilt that I have letting my audience hang for like a month when my audience even knows I'm not even a full-time streamer anymore. And I haven't been for years. And I still have dread. I still have guilt and dread about stuff like that. And I'm like, bro, like what's going on? And I guess what I'm saying with the passion project thing, it's like, oh man, like anything I've done on the internet has always been, I put my passion, I put my all into this. And if I don't feel it, then I don't do it. I feel like you've definitely tried more things and experimented more than I have, for sure. I experimented, but then like latched onto the thing I first experimented with like very easily. But like, I don't know if it's like, I don't know if I want to like unearth this rabbit hole, but I remember like hearing this podcast. Sorry, I'm like rambling, but there's so many thoughts. I remember this podcast I was listening to. It was, they were talking about like the idea creator versus the relationship-based creator. And I've always wondered if like that was us, if like you're the idea, like there's two types of content creators. There's idea content, like content creators who make videos based off ideas. Mr. Beast is like a prime example. Yeah. He encompasses that. You don't really watch a Mr. Beast video for like, we talked about this, I think, on one of the podcasts.
We did, yeah.
You don't really watch a Mr. Beast video and you're like, man, this Jimmy, right? Like, sure, like you do a little bit, but like it's not to the same level of like I watch, you know, Noah on stream and Noah's chatting to me in a live stream and I'm getting close to the parasocial thing. It's a little scary, but like it's just like Mr. Beast is like an idea, man. Like his videos are like they're based in the idea, and it always has to be a big idea, and always has to be something crazy and all this kind of thing. And there's people like Emma Chamberlain, or I don't know what she's doing now, but even a couple of years ago, like her videos are like going to grocery store, lowercase, no caps, and people are millions just watch, because they like that relationship that they have built with this creator,
right?
And I just wonder if maybe that's where some of the fulfillment is missing for you, maybe, where like you might be focusing on ideas so much, but you're missing the relationship bit part. And what you guys had with the Z House,
great.
It was the relationship bit.
Yeah.
You guys, like the ideas were not crazy. It was true. Sure. Like you have some videos where you guys did like an IRL thing and all this kind of stuff, but they're not like, we jumped out of 5 things. Like it's literally, we opened a box and did some funny challenges, and you saw Jack laugh at what Matt said, and you feel like you're a part. Honestly, it's like you feel like you're a part of the group. It's almost like that college feeling watching those videos, and it's a relationship based thing. You guys even opened mail that people sent to you guys.
It's still my favorite video ever.
Yeah. Gee, I wonder if that's what's missing.
I've never laughed harder my entire life.
Well, do you think that's what?
I don't think I ever will.
Do you think that's what's missing though?
And they stopped me from laughing many times. I would have probably died of laughter if they didn't stop me.
But like I know you're thinking about the video because that bit was so funny. But like
no, but
do you know what I mean though?
Yeah, it was just fun. It was just really fun.
Do you think that part of it, like, so for me personally, I've already like when I saw that podcast, I evaluated myself and I was like, oh, I'm 100% a relationship-based creator. Like I am not an idea
I never thought
creator.
about it this way. You're totally right, though.
I always talk like I'm like the community guy, right? I always talk to my audience and all this kind of stuff, and that sort of like two-way communication. You know, I stream to like 100 or so viewers, like, and we're not like doing anything too crazy. It's just vibes, and that's sort of the thing I've always had with my community is that feeling, and I'm wondering if some of the thing you're feeling is like you miss that because like think about like ZWC and stuff like that. The energy
it's
at like
big relationship, yeah.
Yeah.
You're actually totally right. I think this is like therapy.
I got you, bro.
We're like diving deep into like what the core issues are that are here.
That's why I always say it's all about community, baby.
So true though. You're right. Like I'm thinking about this a lot more, and you are like a lot of the things that I really liked about what I've done are so relationship based.
Yes.
And not idea based. And now I'm trying to do idea based and it's not working.
That's what I think. That's my personal theory on why you might be feeling that way. I don't want to say you're an idea based creator though, because you definitely have not been.
I don't think I have been.
But
I don't think I ever have been really.
no, like dude, Z House is like so relationship based. It's not even funny. Like you're not.
So what do I do then? How do I make relationship based videos?
Like people didn't
Do I
click.
start vlogging again?
But people didn't like click on Z House and they're like, oh, dude, this like crazy this crazy idea. I gotta see what happens. That crazy. They clicked on it because they saw y'all in the thumbnail, your faces.
True.
That's why.
That's true. I mean, that literally is like we did nothing today. Like that's and we actually
Prime
did nothing
example.
pretty much.
Yeah.
What if I just streamed my life 24/7? I see a lot of people doing that lately. Like a lot of people doing that.
Dude, I would love a Matt subathon. What would happen? You remember when Ludwig did that and he just didn't go? He did a subathon and his community kept it going so long. It was like a month.
That's crazy. It sounds cool in theory. It's just like you get there and then no one shows up. And it's like, all right, well, this is awkward.
I think like don't go like so far with the relationship thing and be like, oh, it needs to have interaction like 100% at the center.
Yeah.
I think it's more like whatever you're building towards has interaction around it to some level. Does that make sense? It's like the video itself doesn't have to be I talk to the community or like I talk about something like people sent me stuff or whatever. It's like it doesn't have to be that.
Yeah.
It's just over time, whatever that North Star is, it has this community around it.
I almost feel like this podcast is like, so I'm just thinking about like, what would I do if I did a vlog, right?
Sure.
If it's really relationship based, to just be like a lot of just like talking to the camera, talking to the people. I feel like the podcast is a better format of that, really.
Yes. The podcast is very relationship based.
It is.
It's all
and
it is.
every time we do it, I love it.
It's good.
I love how I feel walking away from it. And we have like 2,000 people that watch mostly every episode.
I'm curious how this one will do. It's been a while.
Find out. Hopefully you guys pump that like button so we can get some get some dopamine out of it.
Pump it like Matt did in the morning.
Jerked.
Yeah. But like I'm trying to get into your head of like,
No, you've definitely opened me up to like,
it's like, why did you love it?
maybe I should be doing something. Yeah, I should be focusing on like a different angle entirely here.
But I also know you can go into the boat of like, well, I like it because it like popped off or whatever, right?
That's the thing. I've been chasing success and I haven't been chasing passion as much, and it's partly because I don't know what the hell I want to do, but it's also because I'm just like this like subtle. Hey, you should really get something going because you haven't done a whole lot.
Sure.
Recently that's consistent at least. I thought I had, last year I thought I had what I was going to be doing, but that was short-lived with the NFT stuff.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't think I'm going to, I think I'm going to come back to it. It's just like, it's in such a trash spot right now that it is what it is. Anyway, this has been 2 hours of therapy with Matt and JC. Hope you enjoyed that.
Are you done?
I mean,
I'm here all day, brother.
I know we could talk for 6 hours easily, but I feel like 2 hours is pretty good.
I think that like the podcast was like integral to our relationship moving when I moved to LA and stuff. That was like that was a big way that I saw you like every week.
It's true.
It was like, I would just always see you and we'd chat and you'd be like
really deep combos, which
Yeah.
I love to do. And it's hard to do that when you're in a group of people.
Yes,
So
it is. See you in the next one, guys.